Hello there and welcome. My name is Kate and you're in my nest with me this morning. I'm going to do a Roxy's Journal of Stitchery video on my large project, which is a slow stitch quilt made up of 9 panels. And if you've been following along, you'll sort of get the picture. And if you're new, I want to say welcome as I stab myself. It's great to have you with me. So I'm at the point where I've joined all my panels this way, so 1, 2, 3, in 3 rows, and it's good to get to the point where you can analyze what still needs to be done before I put the whole thing together. So here we are today in the top right hand corner. Oh gosh, everything is dropping off. So the fun begins right from the very beginning. Oh, keep those. All right, how do I explain this? This is the very top right hand corner, and it is on this beautiful, it's pale pink actually. It looks white on camera, I think, but it's pale pink tablecloth with these beautiful worked blooms. Absolutely adore them. So it's in its entirety, and gradually I've been adding pieces, but not very many. So that's going to be our focus today. Up here in the corner, this is the base fabric that has been on the whole tablecloth, on the whole quilt, based off one Oppie Shoppy tablecloth. Now, my camera has just started to say it's got low batteries, but I think we should be able to get through. I've got some snippets here, some of my 3D flowers. I think Christina said this looked like a tarantula. I'm hoping not. But I want to start embellishing. So we'll just do a little cut there. I don't think that'll go on today, but this is how we're going to pull our garden together. Now, the main thing that I wanted to talk about was I found this needlepoint at the sewing basket the other day. Anita has shared that it would have been counted cross stitch. Look at those incredibly fine stitches unfinished, so I'm deliberately leaving that out to acknowledge the maker. And there's the string that marked the center lines, and I've put it here because I had these violets on this is the middle block here, so I'm overlapping and trying to join my bits. Okay, pause for breath, Kate, and say, how are you, everyone? Are you excited about your stitching? Because I am. Sunday morning here, and I have a day at home before we go on our little trip, and I wanted to show you this piece. And first of all, I thought, where did I get this from? And I actually don't know, and I'm going to use it in its entirety, of course I am, but can you see that it's yellowed all the way around this side? So I'm thinking, could it have been in a frame or something like that? It's not marked on the bottom, but wherever it came from, it's going to have pride of place, because this is a quilt which is flower to flower, and I'm in the garden, and here this lovely lady is going to be in the garden gathering her flowers. We're going to see where she can live, and I think the eye, like when you look at the whole quilt, you will see this will be a feature point piece, is what I'm trying to say to you. Okay, now we don't want to cover up any of those. Could she? Yep. Could she be there? Or I think she might have to be there, because so close. I trim that there. So if you've been with me on this journey, I'm thinking I'd love her to be up here. So we're going to trim further. The whole idea has been to take one green stem. Look at the work. It's just absolutely beautiful. And I haven't said this for a while. By doing what I'm doing, I'm giving new life, I feel, to these pieces that were in an op shop. I don't think this one was the sewing basket. It could have been in the vintage. I actually can't remember where I've got it from, but it is absolutely beautiful, and she's going to be the star. So beautiful. Oh, it's going to work. I'm so happy. I'm just going to trim this little bit and we'll see this flower underneath here. And I'll cut rather than risking taking a stitch off. Oops. And so I'm hoping you can... What have I done? I've moved it. Oh, because I'm over some flowers. See, it felt too good to be true. I mean, my other choice is I could take this garden piece off. No. Where was I when it just worked perfectly? Persist, Kate. Okay, if I put it there, I go over the green there. Okay. I keep thinking she looks like Little Bo Peep. Someone who knows vintage work might know better than me the name of this design. Okay, so I want to just come in closer. Closer there, yep. And pin that in place. We're right here. We haven't covered up any flowers, just green vines. And over here, if I nip in around this, I hope you're stitching along or doing whatever making you're doing with a lovely cup of tea. That's what I'm going to have after this. I've just spoken to one of our sons, has just rung. Had a lovely chat. So a beautiful day planned ahead. How about we start with that? I've also got this little piece that at some point we will put on. Okay, let's get stitching. And I have this is another proud moment to share with you. This is Pale Pink Pearl, and I think it's the first ever that I have bought at a oppie and nearly finished. So I think that's amazing to think that I'm using thrifted threads on a totally thrifted slow stitch piece. Okay, I think I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to pull that right through this time and then start that stitch there. I'm going to do long underneath and sort of small on top, so it's not all that obvious, because it's likely that I'll do other stitching to join these two pieces together. With the eye. Saying that, look at that giant stitch that just came out. Such a feast for my fingers as I like pick this up. It's like giving the fabric a hug, because it's so... I've got blanket behind me and then 2 bits of stitching. No sun today. Let's trim a little bit in here just so I can see a little bit more of that beautiful blue flower underneath. Yep. Oh, it's such a blessing to be sitting here with you, chatting away and stitching and dreaming of what I will do next. What I will do next. What I will do next in the nest. I did do some more tidying yesterday. And because we're heading on our little trip, I'm going to think about what projects I'll take with me, because I'll stitch in the car, and then hopefully, I can't count how many shops my husband has told me we're going to, but I'll get some pieces that I can use while I'm out there. So part of the joy will be finding something that I can put straight onto or into one of my projects. I think I'm going to take some crocheting with me as well, but not fabric strips, because and I've got a few things that I want to start with my crocheting, so but it won't be the fabric strips, because in my style I'll run out of the fabric and I don't want to be having to tear in the middle of a car trip. Okay, decision time. I think decision made. You know, this is why I love leaving these open, because that can just tuck and that crochet can come over the top. And we'll use the crochet. Sorry, it's a bit hard to see, but I'll just use the crochet to hook it down. Take that flower out in case it's worrying. Okay, we've ended up over there, and I think I'm going to leave. Oh, let's just do a few over stitches here, obvious ones, to use up the thread. Fill in that space. In fact, it could be a little bit of seed stitch as well. Let's use big stitches now. In that naive style, or rustic, whatever we want to call it, so that we can see that they've been joined together. I'm excited for her. She's not lonely anymore. It's got flowers everywhere, in her hands and literally almost in her eye. And that's gone. All right, that was fun. So I'm running my hands over because you can't feel it, but these are beautiful. Oh, I know the name of that stitch. Bullion, yes, I think. So I'll need a flower to go in there, I feel. And I've still got all this space to fill. So what else have we got? I've got this flower that originally was on there. So that's a nice joining piece. So that could go to there. Yep, and those tones are right. Well, for my eye, I buried my, of course I have. I buried everything. There it is. Goodness me. All to get one pin. Okay, I feel if I just trim this side a little bit around that flower. A bit curvy. Let this to fray a bit, yep. Good. So the top of that is going to go onto there. Having so much fun. Now I've got this little orange bit that came off a work ages ago, but I like that little pop because it can join. Maybe it belongs up there. I think it does. A little tiny hole there, and so because she's in the pastel mauves, we'll put a little bit of colour up there. And remember, this is a large scale piece, so you know it's just going to be a riot of colour. I'm very happy. I've got a hot pink thread. So we can do something with that before we stop. Okay, I'm going over here, everyone. Let's don't look at that, won't stay that bright, but the thought process is now, how do we bring the embroideries into the brights? I've got a stem there. Let's see what else I've got down here. It's a piece of fabric I cut for something else. Here's a gorgeous little, I've started to make a pocket with that. That was out of a needle book. I'm going to make a new needle book, or get back to working on my horsewhip. That's pretty. And what else have I got? I did bring this down. Not because of... Okay, here's a crunkle. It's hard to have a cake session without a crunkle, because I love opening things so much. Can't find an ending. I think my husband got this on his country tour. So what I'm interested in is that shapy thing there. So, because my eye is saying that can be the bridge between the pink and the bright. Let's just have a play. I could be completely wrong. So I haven't given myself any rules about what fabrics. I'm just loving going around the corners, everyone. That's... Oh, I've lost my flower. Here we go. Pop back in there. I'm all over the place, which is part of the process and the fun for me. So I'm thinking that I can use some of this cream to give an interesting shape. I'm not going to do that with you now, but so I can see the brightness through. It's not a bad idea. Just layer upon layer. Let's just pin that and rest on that for a while. And back to this piece here. Picking up a bit of this pink and a different green. I don't know why. Maybe this little blue flower. I know why. It's because of the viney. So there's the blue, there's the vine. Can that come down into there? I think so. Or even better. Yes, 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 yes. That is onto there, and this is blue into here. It's going to go pink and green. And that's over the top of that. Love it. Okay. Gonna sneeze. I'm gonna take this off for the moment. And I've decided I don't like the nylon-y part of that on this particular part. Okay, let's make this bold. I've got some bold strokes under there. What do I want to do? I don't know what I want to do really. Do I want to go down that way? No, I want to just make this green as obvious. Okay, let's do oh gosh, see, this is the big piece. The tangle. I've left my thread too long, but there's a lot of, I'm just going to do some, I'm not going to call it thread painting because I'm not, I won't say what I was going to say. I am still working on that and I'm excited. I'm going to a Fleur workshop in Melbourne in October. So I'm very excited about that because I want to really learn from the best and be inspired by all the stitches around me rather than me. Yeah, just I want to have experts. As I get deeper into florals, if you know. So what I'm doing is just random stitches here. I can sort of see the outline of the flower, and I'm doing big stitches both to hold the piece in place and to give it some texture. There we go. I'm getting a little bit of speed underneath me now. And where will we go? Here. I've gone quiet because this is it is so soothing, isn't it, to stitch. I'll just do this little one here. So they're all multi-directional. But gee, that rose is secure now. And then we're just going to go around the edges with some So it's becoming a bit more padded, if you know what I mean by that. Oh, it's curling up. Okay, you probably don't need me to see me fight with that and what I'm going to do. But we've got somewhere, so let's sort of untwist and celebrate what we've done so far. I love to just go, okay, that little tiny bit of your time has helped you move forward, and review it. So we've got our lovely lady in the garden with her flowers that she's picked, and these are joining on here, three-dimensional, which there'll be many more of those to come. And now we're just going to start both popping and blending in that side. So I hope you've got somewhere with your stitching too as you've joined me in this session. I need to do something up there. Anyway, I will do something more up there. So this is Kate in the Nest. Thank you so much for being with me. Love your company. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.